Hey there, everyone. Dr. Beth Westy here. I'm going to talk about protein today. Protein is one of my number one favorite topics to talk about. I don't know if we've met, but I love protein, and I love to talk about protein, and I love eating protein. So, one of the most common things that I chat with women about. I am a women's health expert. My book, The Female Fat Solution, is on Amazon, where I talk about nutrition for cycles, hormone, everything, all that stuff. And one of the things that women really, really want to change in their life, in their health, is I want to, lose weight. But really, when it comes down to it and I ask questions, they're really asking for, I want more muscle and I want less body fat. So they're really looking to change their body fat percentage or their body composition. And for women gain and lose weight very differently from men, and the female body reacts very differently to stress than the male body does. So when we're looking at how to really take advantage of getting more lean muscle and getting to that fat burning point as much as possible throughout your day, the key is really muscle. And the key to getting more muscle is protein. Can you guys see that? More protein. That's honestly the key. It's not just like, get some protein in. It's more protein, right? There's a threshold of 20 grams of protein at a serving to really build lean muscle. So if you're not getting 20 grams, you're not going to be building lean muscle. It literally cannot happen in your body and in your system. So that's really important to know. Another thing too is when you're looking at really focusing on, okay, I've got a goal. I want to gain some lean muscle so that I can burn more fat and increase my metabolism overall. Fantastic. And you're thinking, okay, how do I do that? I'm going to eat more protein. I'm going to do all the protein things, right? Well, if you're actually focused on getting more muscle during a certain time of your cycle, you're going to be working against yourself. You're going to actually be focusing on the wrong goal at that time. You have a different body each week of the month. Chemically, hormonally, different things are going on in your body at different times of the month. So to expect your body to all of a sudden build a ton of lean muscle when really it's not at that point where it's gonna build lean muscle is you're expecting something to happen that your body's not designed and set up to do. So that's where a ton of frustration sets in. That's where you feel like, this is terrible. I'm not doing anything right. This isn't working for me. What's wrong with me? Blah, right? So easy to do that. So I've done it. Fallen into that trap of, oh my gosh, this is terrible. So let's look at when the best time is to build lean muscle. If you want to increase your metabolism, if you want to get to that burning point here, we're going to look at days 1 through 14. Day 1 is the first day of your period and all the way through 14. So again, this is about what happens, right? Not exact. I'm not an artist. But it rises here and it's the most elevated right up through here, and then it starts to drop some. Now, at this point, estrogen is focused on building more muscle, and then it's actually going to burn carbs for you. Really important. Your body needs carbohydrate too, to process and upload all that protein. But if you're looking at gaining some lean muscle and you're like, I really want to gain, say, 5 pounds of lean muscle, when is the best time to do that? Boom. Focus on that here. Again, can you build and gain lean muscle here? Sure. It's just not going to be at the same rate as here because your body is doing something completely different at this point here and focused on something completely different. I mean, crap, your blood volume changes at this point here, right? Crazy. It's like, if you stop and think about it, it's incredible the different things that shift and change and that happen throughout the month in your body. But if you're, again, I want to get leaner, I want to get stronger, I want to decrease my body fat. Again, that starts with the estrogen phase and building that muscle and really focusing on that at that point. Now, I do have a membership group for those of you that are looking at diving in more. I'm going to jump to the bottom of this list because I'm the most excited about it. I'm going to be honest. Why? Because there's prizes. I love prizes. Yep. So when I was in active practice and had my own clinic, I would literally, my office manager, to make me get my notes done for the day, she'd be like, I'll have a prize for you. It'll be a surprise prize, right? And I'd be like, oh my God, really? It could be a sticker and I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, yes, I'm doing it. There's a prize. So I wanted to create something that's that has more content for those of you that really want a little more gentle guidance and dive into this a little bit more and, see how it works for you. So this is a membership program, a monthly membership where there's going to be tons more recipes in there, a lot of videos, more content than this. And I call it gentle guidance, but basically I'm going to do live Q&A sessions. So any questions that you have that are going on here where you're like, okay, I did this and this was my result. How do I get more out of this? Or how can I gain more muscle here? Or how can I work in the carbs differently for this or that, right? That's getting all those questions answered for you right there in a live Q&A session. I'm going to do some hot seat coaching where I'm going to be guiding people through one-on-one, and you're going to be able to kind of see and observe that and the shift and change. Love prizes, right? I love all the prizes. And then there's going to be challenges. This is going to be the really fun thing. We're going to do challenges, and we're going to start with a protein challenge. Getting your protein in, making sure you're getting the right amount, and it needs to be custom for you and your goals. Right? For those of you that know me, I'm 6'2". I'm huge. Yes. And I play football. Now I've got 2 weeks left of my season because we won our last game. So we are headed to the championships in Atlanta. So you'll see me post about that more next week when I leave for Atlanta. Yeah, I'm really excited. But I actually put on between 15, 20 pounds of weight this year for football. So I'm going to show and start showing my progress more in terms of when football ends. I'm going to go through an active recovery period, and I'm going to be, shifting my protein and my nutrition for after that. But it really does matter, the protein and custom protein amount that you need. It's amazing what that does for your body. Now, I noticed that if I'm not good at my nutrition, if I travel or if I'm just busy or something, right, or I get off track and I'm not getting all my protein in, it affects my energy. It affects my, Lana, yes. Thanks, Sheila. It affects my energy level, my output, everything, right? So having that custom amount for you really makes a big difference, honestly, and getting to it every day. So that's something that, again, I make sure that everybody has that right amount for them and their goals and what their body needs. And then this can also shift and change month to month, depending on where you're at in your progress. So something that would get answered again in that guidance part in this monthly membership. Now there's also a daily routine of adding that in. How do I add that in? How do I do that? Protein pacing. What is that? What does that look like? You're going to get guidance on all of that. And then timing too. Timing throughout the day, timing with your exercise, timing your nutrient with what your body needs. It's amazing. It's amazing the difference protein can make in your results, in building your lean muscle and everything else. So we're going to be going through that. A lot of folks who don't have a regular cycle know when to protein load. Oh, Brenda, excellent question. So when you have either gone through perimenopause, menopause, just that different phase of life, you've had a hysterectomy, or you're on a birth control, again, your body still has estrogen and progesterone. It's just on a smaller scale. So we work to implement different nutrition and it is different. If you don't have a cycle, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. If you don't have a regular cycle anymore and you've, for whatever reason, there's different ways that we have to go about actually getting your body to upload protein, especially with menopause. If you've been through menopause, that level of estrogen that used to be there that helps your body build and maintain that lean muscle isn't there anymore. So it's really important that you're getting even more protein. So this is where that custom amount of protein for you, for women that are, not in menopause, it's a certain level. And then in menopause, I know, okay, this is what your body would need, but then we have to up it from there to make sure your body's uploading enough of it. Makes all the difference. It really, really does. So that custom amount is very key. And then if there's some other nutritional things that we add in to make sure your body's breaking down, uploading, absorbing, and able to use it. Because especially in when you don't have a regular cycle, when you don't have this amount of estrogen and everything, and that phasic, hormone shift throughout the month, stress can impact your body differently, and it will cause your body to attack that muscle tissue and break it down, which is like the opposite of what you want to have happen. So again, these are things that we go over in the membership program. Again, the live Q&A sessions, talking about all that stuff, or, giving you guidelines. Okay, if this is where you're at, here's some things to implement, plug and play, ready to go, that type of a thing. So very, very easy to get some very different results. Yes. Yep. Yes. Everybody has that. Perfect. Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Yay. So if you're interested, I'll put a link below this video. If you've been watching the recording, the link will be there already, to the membership program if you guys are interested. Again, it's just $49 a month. And that makes it very accessible for those of you that want to dive in, get more info, just really kind of, get to the bottom of what's going on and take your nutrition to the next level. And I do work with women one-on-one. I have a 12-week program where I, guidance through the entire way of, here's the exact meal plan, here's how we implement it, here we go, right? And it's amazing the shift and change that women have. I mean, it's incredible to have that guidance through that program, because you're really noticing those changes. So I wanted to make a program that's more accessible to women who really want to dive in and do the work, because they want to, again, up-level their nutrition. So because it's fascinating when you really get more protein in at the right time and sort of just shift what your expectation is of your body. Oh my God, you're like, this is incredible. I know I'm getting more lean muscle here, and then things are going to be different here and here. Okay. Then when you come back around again, you're like, oh, now I understand. Now I'm feeling that change. I'm noticing that difference. And oh, this is so great, right? Because you're not expecting the same thing here versus here, because it's just not the same. Anyway. All right, so that's what I got for you guys tonight. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll put the links below here. Again, if you have a question and you want to chat, I'll link to a free consult with me if you want to, help or guidance in anything. Also a link to that membership program. If you're like, yes, I want to try this, I want to learn more, you can just click that link and jump right in, and you'll get added to that group and get all that extra content and stuff. And then join our next challenge with prizes. I love prizes. So we're going to be focusing on protein. So I'm going to talk more about protein this week, and dive in. So if you guys also have questions on protein or the process of women building lean muscle, especially if you are under stress, it is a lot harder to build that lean muscle. So, I'll talk about that more this week. Otherwise, let me know your questions and have a great day.